So, and I've mentioned this before, but when I was like a high schooler, it's pretty weak. I was quite weak. Now, I wasn't like skinny to the point where you could see like ribs, but I was like the next level up from that or whatever. So I had a, I had a little thickness, but I was still very skinny, but I was weak, in particular my upper body. Like I was the kid that when we did push-up evaluations um, in PE, then I just might as well just not even, I just, basically just tell the teacher, hey, give me a 0, man. Can't do any. I couldn't really push myself up. And some of that could have been me not knowing proper technique, but I was just weak. Legs, I was kind of strong. I was kind of strong. I was kind of average in my leg strength and speed, maybe a little. I could beat a few people, but anyway, the point that I'm making is these days, I do sets of 20 chin-ups. I do 5 sets of 20 chin-ups. I can do that with 2 or 3 minutes of rest in between sets. And I'm saying all that to say it doesn't really matter where you start on your health and fitness journey. It just kind of more so matters what you're willing to dedicate yourself to. Because the thing is, where we mess up a lot of times is that we kind of think that it matters where you start. And sure, we have different genetics. Some people are born with more strength than others. Like I even have cousins, shout out to my cousins, man, just cool guys, and just they're always so strong and muscular. And I used to always just be, as a kid, it's like, how do they have so much more muscle than me, man? And we're in the same family, but they're always lifting just like crazy man weight, when we were all like kids, and but yeah, some people are born, more muscle, less muscle. Some people have a different kind of like better abilities maybe with like long distance running or sprints or whatever. But the thing is, it really doesn't matter per se where you start, because if you're willing to develop different kind of habits, if you're willing to work towards something, if you're really willing to work towards something, then then you can actually get in the place that you want to get to. So like, for example, if you're somebody who wants to be a sprinter, and I wish I knew this too when I was running track. If you want to be a sprinter, and but you're like kind of average speed or whatever, if you're willing to dedicate yourself to the proper, like learning the proper technique and developing your speed, leg strength, all that kind of stuff, then you can really turn stuff around. But a lot of times we just kind of think that it matters where you start. So like when I was running track, I definitely wanted to run sprints, but I was discouraged after I got dusted by this dude who was, a couple of years ahead of me and way faster than me. And I didn't really have the confidence at that time to kind of like ask the coach to help me to, man, that kind of is tough. But I didn't have the confidence to ask him to let me kind of develop myself. I didn't even really have that as a concept in my mind then. I wish I did, but I didn't. So you live and you learn. But anyhow, I just didn't know. But now I do, especially having my own experiences, training myself, and kind of understanding a little bit more about how the body works, understanding how a lot of things are not, again, they're not really based on where you start. They're not really based on whatever your born abilities are. Because even like with me with calisthenics, I'm a very long-limbed person. Being, I'm 6'2", and so I have long limbs, and so or long, you could even call them levers, long levers. And so to lift my body with my long limbs, it takes a lot more. So that's even a reason I think why I may not seemingly gain muscle as fast, because I have to gain muscle along longer limbs. And but at the same time, I decided not to let that be a hindrance to me. Cause like, why should it be? If I want to develop my strength through calisthenics or whatever, then I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. So so anyhow, you know, don't worry about where you're starting from. Even if you were somebody who was athletic before and now you've been out of athletics for a long time, you've gained weight, you slowed down, you stiff and all this kind of stuff, and now you're kind of thinking, you know, I can't, do this stuff anymore. Look where I am now. That doesn't really matter. What really more so matters is what are you willing to do in this moment? How are you willing to change your lifestyle? What are you willing to become now? But so it's really a matter of faith is what it is. But if it's hard for you to see beyond whatever you see with your eyes, then then it is going to be difficult for you. But all you have to do is have a little bit of faith to see something that's just a little bit beyond where you are, and you can get it. You can. You just have to again remember that it's not about where you're starting from. It's about the practices that you're willing to put in place. It's about the faith that you're willing to have. Like, I am going to be such and such weight. I am going to gain such and such amount of muscle. I am going to get my flexibility back. I'm going to be able to touch my toes. I'm going to run a 5K or whatever it is. So anyway, hopefully this is motivational. This is real life for me. This is not something that I just kind of talk about. It's something that's real life for me because, I had to learn my own abilities by just trying stuff and being consistent in trying. And so I talk from experience. All right, y'all have a good one. And I'll see you in the next video.
As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/SeanB2B Fitness today.